sloppy show. Hey, stop. Come on. Come on.
Hi, I am Brannigan Carter, and I'm a cinematographer slash director slash writer slash editor slash crazy person living in the Wilmington area at the moment. I got into film. I don't know if there's like an origin to that. I remember having a webcam when I was about 10 years old, and me and my little brother would make these stupid little videos on the webcam, and it eventually became videos with storylines and episodes like a TV show just for ourselves to watch because it was funny. I was probably about 15, 16 when we started doing that. I really got into it, I guess, back in 2005 when I was deployed to Iraq, and I bought a little Sony CyberShot camera. It was like this big, and I filmed a music video, or I just filmed a bunch of footage while I was there. I bought it for pictures, but I filmed a lot of video footage too. And about halfway through the deployment, I got bored one day and just started putting it all together, and I made a music video out of it with a Metallica song. The song was "Turn the Page," and it was about being on the road, stuff like that. So I was a gunner in a gun truck company, so we were on the road a lot. So I put a music video together and showed it to the company. They really liked it, and then somebody made the comment that I should do this for the rest of my life because it was really good. Yeah, that didn't really hit me. I was just like, okay, I still don't know what I want to do with my life. So I got back home, started college I started at a community college back in Lumberton, North Carolina, as an electronic engineer. For some reason, I was like, I want to make radios or something. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but yeah, I did that for a little while, and then finally one of my friends was like, hey, we're gonna move to Wilmington. Okay, so we came to Wilmington, and I just moved down here just cause. And I guess the film bug hit me a little bit then, kinda, but a few years later, I dabbled in movies, played around with movies, whatever. A few years later, a year later, I moved to Sanford, North Carolina, still, just for a little while, moving right back down here a year later to start film school. First project was the Brannigan account. I guess that also sounds conceited. I didn't really name it after myself. Somebody was joking around. I needed an Irish name because I knew I wanted to center around an Irish-ish guy. So they'd come in and, well, your name's Irish, use Brannigan. And I was like, nah, that just sounds like I'm full of myself. But I ended up using it anyway because people actually like the sound of it. And that also prompted more backstory, which I can get into a little later if I need to. But first project was the Brannigan account. It was a feature film written by me on a whim because I got a little bit of money and bought a bunch of equipment and figured I could do a movie. That was stupid, and it shouldn't have worked, but it did. But yeah, I mean, it's a feature film for what I had, and it somehow made it work. I don't really know how that happened, but man, we made that movie for almost nothing. Because, yeah, I don't really know how to explain that. It was a long journey getting that film done. That film I finished the script in 2010, and we finished it, the actual film, as far as editing and everything, Actually, today I just finished the final edit for the festival cut. That's almost 4 years, 3 years. It's 3 years. Whew. Setbacks. Yes. I'll start with the smaller ones. While I was filming it the first time, I'll get to that in a second. While I was filming it the first time, one of my actors kind of disappeared mid-film production thing. He just kind of went away. So I had to recast him and reshoot his scenes. It's like, okay, that's weird. I guess that happens in the film world, kinda. I wasn't mad about it. Nobody was getting paid, so I wasn't gonna flip out over it. If I was taking too long, then okay. Reshot his scenes with Dave Holt, one of the co-writers of contributing writers to the film, and helped me come up with Rue Jester. I cast Dave Holt in his role, and we shot scenes with Dave Holt as that guy. Was that the only recasting I did for that one? I think so. So that was a little bit of a setback. Anyway, it still took us a little while to get everything done. You know, like we didn't have any money to do anything, and but we shot stuff anyway. It was basically like a gigantic student film project that was done on even less of a budget than I guess a student film would have been done on. But I finished production on that sometime in October of 2010. It was when we wrapped production. We shot everything. And I got deployed to Afghanistan. And I got on a plane the day we wrapped and went to Tennessee to get ready to ship out. Because I'm in the Army. I'm still in the Army. I was in the Army then. And, well, while I was deploying, you know, I backed up everything on a couple of hard drives. I had one computer there with all the footage, and I was going to edit while I was there. Never had time. But while I was gone, every hard drive that I had a backup on somehow died. So I had most of the footage on tapes, most of it. The problem was all the production audio, the good sounding audio, was on those hard drives. So every bit of that was gone. When I found that out, I didn't really know what to do. I just shot a whole feature film. It didn't cost me a lot of money, so it wasn't that bad, but I shot a whole feature film. And I don't have anything left to show for it. That sucks. But for some idiotic reason, I was like, you know what? I'll just reshoot it. That's stupid, right?
You think you can beat me?
Absolutely.
I'm waiting, David.
Rock covers paper.
Your move. Time to go.
Hey, look at the euonymus over there growing on the trees. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful?
I don't even know what a euonymus is.
A euonymus, it's a vine. You don't know your genus species. What's wrong with you? Let's get back and play that. Let's play some chess here.
I think we ought to know
I don't know how to play chess.
I don't think we do.
He's talking about a eucalyptus tree or something.
It's called euonymus.
Anonymous.
Yeah, it grows on trees. It can grow anywhere. Let's get back to the game.
He's just like trying to distract me. I don't.
Oh, I'm not that kind of
I'm onto
person.
it. I'm onto your game.
Concentrate.
We found Brannigan. Took us a while, but he's now settled in a small town in North Carolina. Even opened up a bar. I would assume he still has enough to pay you. But before we go telling you where he is, you give me your word that no harm will come to the boy, or else we'll be on two different sides of the fence. And I don't suggest that.
In one hand, I got all my money stolen. In the other, I got a pissed off hitman blaming me for his brother going missing.
What the f?
Yeah, bingo.
Whoa, what the McDougans are here?
Yeah, the Madugans are here, and I'm f***ing dead.
They
Maybe a right hand of vengeance?
Holy! How in the f are you still alive?
Tell my mother I love to.
Dude, you killed a hitman! You killed a hitman! Freaking awesome!
No, it isn't. Someone wants me dead.
Wait right there. I'll be right over.
Look away till the hangman's through with me. Tell my preacher my soul is alright. I met my savior on a dark stormy night.
What the hell?
Amy's in trouble big time.
But some people never
Billy stole money from her, and now he's after the rest. I gotta go.
Talking about. Look, okay, I am placing an ad on Craigslist so that it looks like Anthony Brannigan himself is looking online for people to S&M.
I'm not. Look, I've set
The
this whole
broccoli
plot in
mine.
process. I'm not doing this.
I'm not.
All you
I'm
have
not
to-
going up there to get shot at. That's what that motherfucker's gonna do. He's gonna shoot me in
Look,
in the face.
I don't
Whoa, what the f is this?
but I hear from people back home. You're playing.
There's a dead guy on our floor.
No
There's a dead guy on our floor! Why? Cannot do this anymore, okay? This is driving me crazy. You are crazy. Do you know that? You're crazy.
And I say if I care. You'll find I'm indifferent. I don't care what takes you out. I don't care what takes you out. I don't care what takes you out.
Come on, you I got your number. Try to take me out, will you? I got you. Right through that door. Right through your head. I got you.
First you steal my money, then you try to take me out. Well, I got you first, mother. Yeah, I got you first.
David, you're supposed to move the players. You're not supposed to stare at them.
I'm not staring at the players. Come on,
Y'all aren't doing
let's
anything.
get this game going.
No, you're just
I'm about to
sniffing
put you in
around.
check right now.
Oh yeah, right. Come on, let's.
You can tell him what to do. I don't
You know this.
how that'll work.
Let's not get violent. It's just a chess game. Come on here.
Well, now that we're getting ready to send off my first project, the feature, the Brannigan account, we moved on to a short film called Get Up. It's a 30-minute short film, and I really like it. It's probably the coolest thing I've worked on, as far as creative freedom and cinematography and things like that. It's been a really cool project to work on. I like it. The idea for Get Up, well, it started as a student project. Our film, I think our assignment was to do a one-take film, or it could have been a scene or anything like that, but there were supposed to be no cuts, all one shot, stuff like that. If you've ever watched the old Alfred Hitchcock movie Rope, was the example they showed us, where there were hidden cuts, and then it like goes through an entire movie and you don't realize there's any cuts. It just looks like the camera's rolling the entire time for this film. So that's why we wanted to, that was the assignment, to do something like that. And being lazy yet creative, I went to my instructor. I said, hey, we got the red cinema camera here. Can we use it for this since it's such an easy, short project? And they kind of blew me off about it. It was like, you haven't touched the red the entire time you've been here. I didn't know what I was doing with the red. Honestly, I'd never touched one. I didn't know what the heck was going on with it. But I said, I'll figure it out. So I stayed after that day in school. I pulled the red out, put it together, and figured it out. And I was like, I can use it now. Can I use it on my project? They said, okay. But the idea was, since it had to be a one-take project, I was like, let's just do something in ultra slow motion that will look awesome and have a lot of impact on people when they watch it. Well, that's easier said than done, but I was watching, I'm pretty sure I was watching Fight Club when I came up with the idea, because it's an obvious influence on it as far as the look. And the first idea, the initial concept, was what if a guy was like on his back talking himself into getting back up to keep fighting, or something like that. And I wanted it to be a sideways shot, so that people watch it and they kind of tip their heads to make sure that the shot's right, or something like that. And I spent a good deal of time. It was the first shot. There was going to be one shot. I wanted to put a lot into it and make sure it looked really good. This was the first shot I ever did storyboards for. It's the first shot I ever had in my head. And it was like, this is how it's going to be. This is how it has to be. So we got everybody together with the school, put out casting call for extras, things like that. And got it cast, went out to shoot it. And we did 3 takes. All the takes were 20 seconds long. And slowed down, they were 3 minutes. Because we shot it in ultra slow motion. I think it was 120 frames per second. But that gave us the time to write a script and have this guy thinking inside his own head, like, I need to get up, I need to keep fighting, this is why I'm going to fight. And I think that it turned out exactly how I wanted it in my head. It was the first time I shot anything that, from my head to film and into editing into a final product, looked exactly how I wanted it. And that was the first time that happened. So I was extremely happy with it. Well, the film started out as a student project, but that was just the one take film. It was 3 minutes long. And our next project for school was the full short film to shoot as a final for that semester. And I got a hold of all our extras that showed up the first time we shot. And it was really cold. It was cold. They all came out there and, you know, sat in the cold and let us shoot this thing and let us throw blood all over them and things like that. So I said, let's write parts for all the people that showed up. Let's have them in speaking roles in a short film. So we built the entire actual short film around Get Up, around that initial scene that we shot. And I think it turned out amazing for what we had to work with no money, out of nowhere, just building it off of one scene. And our plan, as we're coming up with all this, to shoot a full-on 30-minute short film, was to try and cram a feature film screenplay into 30 minutes. Because it was such a good idea, and me and my co-writer, Tina Edwards, had so many ideas flying around in our head about this. It was like, this is a feature. This is not a short film. So let's shoot this short film with the same camera we used on the first scene, the red cinema camera, and make it look like a real movie, instead of just a student project. And let's try to eventually get this thing turned into a full-blown feature film. And that's our plan for it, is to, once it's completely done, we're still editing. Once it's completely done, we'll try to find some investors and show it to them and get that turned into a feature film. Because I think that it's definitely worthy of the big screen. Future screenings, that's pretty much the same as the Brannigan account. I'm going to submit at the local film festivals. That's the only way we're going to get any future screenings around here again, I believe. I don't really see any purpose for showing Get Up again here other than to try to get money to do a feature. I did shoot a documentary on an iPod. It was an iPod Touch. That's the 4th gen iPod Touch. Actually has a really good video camera setting. So I bought one and took it with me when I was deployed to Afghanistan, where I lost my footage for Brannigan account. But I got an entire documentary, or an entire documentary's worth of footage out of that deployment. So all I have to do is get the interviews from some of the people that I deployed with somehow. I might need a budget for that. And then we'll have someone edit the documentary, and it's a very different documentary. It's about, instead of like a war documentary, I wanted to prove that soldiers are just always, oh, we're at war, we're going to go kill people, blah, blah, blah. No, it's, soldiers also get pretty bored. A lot of the time in the Army, you're just sitting around doing nothing. And soldiers come up with any kind of way they can to occupy their minds and do stupid stuff and just keep from going crazy. And that's what I wanted the documentary to be about. And I think it turned out pretty well as far as footage is concerned. If we can just get it edited and put it together, that'll go to festivals, other things like that. So that's another project. As far as the future, I think I'm just I'm concentrating on Get Up, trying to turn that into a feature, and putting the short film in festivals and getting Brannigan account in festivals. Other than that, I don't have anything that I'm actually writing or getting ready to direct or anything like that. I know my co-writer for Get Up and also my significant other is in the process of producing a web series, which I will probably be shooting. Also a sitcom web series, which is a separate project, which should be hilarious if we can get that off the ground. And a short film that she also wrote we want to shoot. Really, really dark comedy. But yeah, I'm pretty much just going to be working on her stuff. I don't really have anything that's coming out of my head right now. I'm not creative enough. But anyway, I think that's about it, right?
There's a funny thing about bare knuckle boxing. No one does it because they like it. No one does it because it's their first choice. Everyone does it because they have to. Everyone has a reason to fight.
Your son, who idolizes you and only ever wants you to win a stupid fight, is gonna end up with a brain-dead, useless father.
I don't have another way to make money. Look, sometimes you just gotta roll with what you got, and, well, I ain't got much.
Hey, Mom. So, when were you gonna tell me about being sick? Yeah, cancer. Just don't worry about it. I'll get the money.
How do I sign up? This is bare knuckle fighting here. I've seen bigger men and badder men than you yourself when they get hit. You best bring your huggies.
They had to take Troy to the hospital.
He's still alive?
Yeah, barely. This is funny. Somebody's gonna get killed out there. Eventually, they're gonna find somebody you can't destroy. You're gonna get yourself killed. And you're gonna kill somebody else.
give me what you got. Well, what kind of a
Check.
move is that? Check? Check what?
Where at? Check.
This is out of check.
That doesn't make any sense, David.
Oh, it's
You're
check.
not doing this
No,
right.
it's not check.
Oh, check. I don't even
That is not check. Look over there. Look at.
What are you gonna do?
That's a good.
What are you gonna do?
That's good, Dave. Keep that.
I'm not looking at any more trees
Wait a
or
minute.
animals or spiders.
Wait, here.
It's not gonna work.
Use your glasses.
You're not
You
gonna
can't
get
see
me.
anything without
Let me
it.
see what's going on here.
You're not. Can you not see?
I can see. Look, I can see. I
You're
am
always
not
wearing
blind.
glasses. You never not wear glasses.
He can't see. He can't see.
I have
He needs to-
20/20
Yeah,
vision.
he does.
I have 20/20
Oh,
vision.
yeah,
Why don't you
right.
take that and go stare at the sun
Look,
with it?
In your
I see
mind,
Go look at the
Bobby.
sun.
Look, I see Bobby, and there's Tommy. Oh, look out there. There's Susan.
Not
You
your
look
imaginary
wonderful.
friends again.
Absolutely.
David,
Is he seeing
pay
that?
attention.
Look at that.
You're
Look at
supposed to
that. Look at all my
play
friends
the
out there.
game.
Look at that.
Well, you know why there's a king on that board?
What are you
So they can
talking
just
about?
do that.
Yeah.
What?
King goes with once.
Let me see what's going on here.
Just don't you understand, David? Quit playing with those.
I am not playing. This
You
is
are
a serious
playing.
game. You people are distracting me
You
right
people.
now.
Oh, you getting racist now?
Yeah, they're just
I'm
they're
not
they're,
playing.
they're peoples or something.
They're peoples.
They're like Iwanamas.
You don't even have a whatever this is anymore.
Well, what is that? He took one of my pieces there.
I'm about to get up and leave,
Well,
David.
you know, I think he